Hi.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are Wheelchair Adventures. Today we're going to talk about a 18-night Transpacific cruise we took recently on the Celebrity Eclipse. We started in Honolulu, Hawaii, and ended in
Australia,
Sydney.
my favorite place in the world so far.
Yes. Now this cruise, like I said, it was 18 nights. We left Honolulu. We had five days at sea.
Yep.
And then we were 3 days in French Polynesia, and then 5 more days at sea. And then we were 2 days in New Zealand, and then 2 days again at sea, and then we disembarked in Sydney. Now, some people would say, oh goodness, 5 days at sea, what'll I do?
There's so many things you can do.
So many things you can do. It's, if you're bored, then it's your own fault.
It's your own fault.
Right.
There's so many things you can do.
So many things.
There's origami. There is.
First day we made lays.
We met some new friends. We did silent disco at night.
Right. There were lectures. There was Polynesian dancing and music, and then there was hula lesson. We had hula lessons.
Yeah.
No luau was going to be calling us anytime soon, but it was fun.
Yeah, so silent disco is basically where you put on headphones and then you have 3 choices of music: 60s, 70s music, and then 80s and 90s and today's music. It's so fun. You just jam to your own music.
Right, there's 3 channels. Yes, Maddie loves that.
I love it.
Yes, but there was also theme nights. They had a Gatsby night where they had this. We saw them bringing in this big thing of balloons, and they hung it over the stairway, the grand stairway, and they let those balloons go. We didn't get to go see that. I'm not sure what we were doing.
Probably
there was
something really fun.
karaoke. There was trivias. There was just a ton of stuff to do.
And in the middle of the cruise, there was even a choir. I participated in.
Right. Around the middle of the cruise, they asked people who wanted to participate in a show on the last full day at sea.
And I sang hallelujah. Yeah, it was fun.
Yep, every day that they were at sea, they would have a rehearsal. And, from the middle of the cruise.
Yeah.
And the last day at sea before we landed in Sydney, there was a big presentation in the theater where they had first belly dancers. Again, guests who wanted to belly dance, learn to belly dance. Some other line dance, which I can't quite remember. And then Maddie's choir performance.
And Ben let me go on.
Right, Benjamin,
Benjamin's awesome.
The music director on the Eclipse, wanted Maddie to participate, and he did what he could to help her. The theater has seating in the front row. They have a lift that'll take you down because people like Maddie who have a hard time seeing from the back of the theater.
It was so nice to be able to see. So my friend Bridget and I went to some shows. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, we were busy. I was tired at night. Maddie loves to read. She would read by the pool. I found a fabulous hammock. It was amazing. So I laid there. She was right near me when she was reading.
I had a really comfy chair that I found.
Yeah, she likes a specific kind of chair that she will read in.
You just transferred me in?
Right. You transfer into a chair.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. So, what else? Oh, the hot glass classes.
Hot glass.
Yes. I did it, and my husband did it, and then we asked if Maddie could do it, since she's in a wheelchair and has problems with her hands. And the guy said, sure, bring her up. So
and I made a pink heart. And you could choose the color. You could choose just all sorts of awesome stuff. I mean, we should include a picture of the heart that I made.
Oh yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll show you a picture of the heart.
Yeah.
What else? So the pools, as far as accessibility, Maddie doesn't like to go in the pools.
No, I'm more of an ocean girl.
Yes, but there are lifts in the pool and into the whirlpool.
Yep.
Let's see. I guess that was, casino. It was her favorite thing. So
Well,
as far as things to do.
Besides island disco.
Yeah, I mean, there were just, depending on whatever you wanted, there was just something to do. I tend to just like to sit.
Yeah.
Yes.
But don't forget to talk about the restaurants.
Yes, we haven't got that far. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So.
One topic to another.
Yeah. So we've talked about the sea days. As far as Maddie's room, she was able to get a suite based on Celebrity's Move Up, where she was in a concierge class room and you could bid on moving up to a higher level of room, and she actually got it.
Yeah.
She won the bid, and she was able to go into suite 2134.
Yeah.
And
I had a great time, and I made some new friends while I was there.
she had a butler.
I had a butler and a stateroom attendant, and I became friends with both of them.
They're very nice.
Yeah,
very nice ladies.
They were very nice.
So that is a great way because it was a fraction of what it would have been had she had to pay. So you can always try. I mean, you're not going to.
You're not guaranteed, but you can always try.
Right, you're not guaranteed, but what's the harm? Yeah. And with a accessible room, and I was worried about this, but it worked out perfect that she was actually moved up to a accessible room. So they don't just take an accessible room and put you in a regular room.
Nope.
You're moved into an accessible room.
Which is awesome.
So that was great. So as far as the food was.
Sorry, I got so excited when I thought about the food.
I know, you didn't even let me get to the specialty restaurants.
Sorry.
Let's talk about the food first.
Sorry.
As a sweet guest, we could eat in Lumine, which is a special restaurant just for sweet guests.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's smaller. It's very nice. You're well taken care of. There is no time when you have to be there. It's not like a 6 o'clock seating and an 8:30 seating. It's when you get there.
But it opens at 5:30.
I think 5:30 or 6. I mean, we usually ate at 6, or if we were doing something we didn't have to worry about that we were going to miss dinner.
Usually, you tell them what you want the first day. Like, for example, I like having milk with dinner. So, like day 2, they
always had. Then when they saw you come in, they had your milk waiting for you.
So that's a really good part.
Yes, and as a sweet guest, you can also, one in Lumine, you can order from the main dining room menu, and they will bring it to you in Lumine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But as a sweet guest, you can also dine in Blue, which we went to a couple times, and it was one of Maddie's favorite restaurants. It's normally for aqua class, but as a sweet guest, you're allowed to.
Blue has healthier options.
Right. It's healthier options, but this is funny because I will show you a picture right here of Maddie eating baked Alaska. And how many baked Alaska did you have, Maddie? She had 2 because she loved it.
I did. It's so good.
How was that clean eating for you?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry.
But they have some healthier options.
Yeah, they do have healthier options.
Right. They don't use as much sauce and whatnot. But the food is anywhere you go.
The food is anywhere you go is very, very, very good.
Mm-hmm. Now for lunchtime, I really enjoyed the Spa Cafe. I was up there about every day after I discovered it.
And that is more healthier eating.
Yes. I would have a turkey club per se, but it was just a turkey sandwich, but it was on whole wheat bread, and it was just really good. And then they have little small plates of salads and tuna salad, and then they have some ice cream, and then they have smoothies. So I don't think I ever went up there for breakfast because I usually
had room service.
Yeah, because they would bring me coffee.
Yeah.
Or went up to the buffet because Yeah, he said they make fresh croissants every day.
I was gonna say, don't forget about.
Oh yeah, the croissants were amazing. So in the specialty restaurants,
It was Tuscan Grill.
Tuscan Grill.
That we really enjoyed.
Tuscan Grill is our favorite. They have great filet mignon and lasagna.
And pasta. So we have pasta and then
But we tried a new one. It was La Petite
Chef.
So
it's basically like a show. Well,
it's a production
where you have like four chefs that make
they're little cartoon people on the. Everybody eats has every course at the same time. So dinner starts at a specific time. You sit down and then it's a production because these little characters create stuff in front of you. Yeah, on the table, and then it stops, and then they bring your food, and then they will do it again. It's really it's entertaining.
So I had steak and frites, which is fries. So I had steak and fries, and so I saw the little chef guy making my steak and my fries.
Yeah, and it was really good.
Yeah, it's a really interesting show. I'm sure you can always look it up on the internet as well if you want.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Information, but La Petite Chef is a very, very awesome restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, the ship was great. Yeah, I think really the only complaint I had was the cold movie theater that was kind of a little small theater that they had late night movies.
I think I went to 2 movies, but
yeah,
I rarely would go to a movie unless it was really like
but
it was really good.
We've been in other ships where they have them in the theater, but it was I mean the ship overall. The biggest thing for me was that they had accessibility to the tender platform so that Maddie could get off, and we'll talk about that in a minute when we talk about the places we stopped. So all in all, I mean the ship was amazing. One thing before I forget is anytime you're going to Australia or New Zealand, you have to remember to get a electronic travel authority, or else you can't get into the country. So I don't know that the cruise lines reminded us enough.
You mean a pass?
No, it's like a visa that you have to apply for before you even get there. So so that's an important thing if you ever go on a cruise like this. And in an earlier video, we talked about Maddie's stateroom and showed a video of her stateroom. So we're not going to talk about that right now. The sun is coming at me. Okay. So our ports of call. I said we left Honolulu 5 days. Our first stop was Papeete, Tahiti, French Polynesia.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So fun.
It's so fun. Unfortunately, we docked on a Sunday, and a Sunday is not a good day to dock in Papeete.
Because there's not really much to do.
Well, it's church day. It's family day,
church day,
and all the shops are closed. We did find 2 shops that were open. They were pearl shops.
Shops. My pearls.
Yep, Maddie has her own Tahitian pearls now.
Yeah.
So that was lucky, but otherwise, everything is pretty. I think there was a bowling alley open, and that was about it.
Bowling alley?
Yeah, we weren't going to go bowling.
Yeah.
But in another video, we will talk about all our shore excursions. But let me just tell you, there we snorkeled with a humpback whale. Yeah, it was life-changing.
It was so fun.
Yeah. And then we were off the next day to Marea. And it was our first tender port. And we'll show you a picture of the mechanism that they have, because there's 8 or 9 stairs down to the tender platform.
But they do have a lift.
They do have a lift, and it had a little technical problems a few times, but luckily the weather wasn't too bad, and they got Maddie back on the ship without any problems. So that's really important because there were several tender ports that we went to. And then in Maria, also, if you get right off the ship, when you get off the tender boat, there is a nice little market that they set up. Local vendors set up when there's ships in port, and they have all kinds of stuff that you can buy, souvenirs and nice stuff. We never went into town because we took another boat tour and snorkeled with some stingrays and sharks. But another day on that one. So that was nice that everything was right there as you got off the ship. And then the next day we went to Raiatea, right? Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Whew. And the tender boat leaves you right in the center of town where you can just walk around. We bought some stuff.
Yep, we did.
We bought some macaroons.
And I think I bought this
I think
for
you
my
did.
hair.
Yeah, a little hair thing, and I think it wasn't.
You can take it out.
No, it's okay. They can see it. Right, Raiatea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was very nice. So then we stopped in. Our next stop after 5 days at sea was Auckland. Auckland, the ship docks close to town, so you can get out and walk around. There's regular city, paved streets. It was no problem. We had gone on a tour, so we didn't get to really walk around the city, but we did do a little bit of shopping when we came back. But we did get to see, on the tour, we got to see Auckland. Next up, big day in the Bay of Islands. That was a tender port. And then we got off and we had to walk into town, and that was about a 20-minute walk, but it was on sidewalks. It was along the ocean. So it was very nice.
In another video we'll talk about what we did, but
the adventures that Maddie had, which included parasailing and skydiving. We'll talk about that in another video.
No.
So that was a fun day.
Yeah.
Maddie survived. She's still here.
Yeah, we invited our friends.
Yeah.
To go parasailing with us.
So
fun.
Maddie parasailed a lot.
Yeah, it was fun.
So we got back on the ship. The next day was at sea, and that was a very rough day. That was the roughest sea day I've had in a very long time.
Yes.
A lot of people were sick, including the crew.
Including the crew.
Yeah, so there weren't many people at the buffet that night. It was, you were kind of just had to wear my flat shoes and just
doing your own thing.
Yeah, trying to stay up. But the next day it was fine. The next day was when they had the celebration, the performance of your belly dancing and choir and whatever else there was.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I would definitely do it again. I know that I wasn't there for every performance, but I'm happy I was able to.
You mean your rehearsal?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were still able to do the performance.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then the next day after we arrived in Sydney, and that was quite special because it was the first time that Celebrity had been back to Australia
since the pandemic.
Since the pandemic. So, it was just beautiful. It was early morning. We were pulling into the Sydney harbor. There are the boats that were shooting off the water.
It was neat to see the Opera House.
The Sydney Opera House, the bridge.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
It was just beautiful. And then we even had a rainbow meet us when we got to Sydney. So it was a great cruise. Like I said, 5 days at sea at a time was actually relaxing to me. You're not running around trying to do all this stuff. You can do things at your own pace. So it was really a nice cruise.
Yeah, and there's just so many things to do. If you don't do anything, it's your own fault.
Well, if you don't do anything, that's great.
That's fine.
Yeah,
but
if you're unhappy,
that's what I mean. If you're unhappy, then
go to the fitness center. I don't know, but there's plenty to do. So that is our adventure on the Celebrity Eclipse.
Yeah,
Honolulu to Sydney. And would you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're signed up to do it again.
Yes, please.
It was just,
2024.
It was a lot of
Yay.
so we will be back
Bye.
at another time to tell you about our shore excursions and our
Awesome
with the
adventures.
whale and yeah. So bye
Stay
for
tuned.
now.
Bye.
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 If you want to hear more of our adventures,
Be sure to like and subscribe.
like and subscribe. If you have any questions, you know where to find us.
Bye.
Bye.